These behemoths are some of the world's largest marine creatures. The giant oceanic manta ray spans up to 7 meters and weighs up to 2 tons. Since 2012, Peruvian biologist Kerstin Forsberg has been fighting to protect the sea creatures.
This species is in danger across the globe due to intentional fishing and accidental bycatch. We had to do something because here in Peru there were no regulations to protect the giant manta ray. So we had to take action on behalf of this species, which is at risk of extinction.
Forsberg is trying to conserve one of the most important giant manta ray populations in the world. The docile creatures are not dangerous to people, although there's no denying they're imposing. The waters off the coast between Peru and Ecuador are rich in plankton. It's an optimal habitat for the mantas. Every dive there is rewarded with scientific discoveries.
Each giant manta ray has a unique pattern on its abdomen. It's like a fingerprint. That's why when we dive with them, we photograph or film their abdomen in order to identify the individual creature.
She's one of the first scientists to research the giant manta ray population in Peru, and the results are alarming.
This species is very slow to reproduce. They produce only a single pup every 2 to 7 years, and they don't reach sexual maturity until they're about 10 years old.
Peru's fisheries have a long tradition. Many poor communities in the north of the country, like Zorritos, depend primarily on their fishing industry. In 2012, Forsberg and her team made it their mission to convince local fishermen how important it is to protect the giant manta ray. Officially, the fishermen don't aim to catch the massive creatures. But if one happened to swim into their net, some were not unhappy to bring it in. In 2015, Edgardo Cruz caught an especially big one.
At first we thought it was small, but when we tried to drag it aboard, it was huge. And because we had someone interested, my colleagues wanted to bring it in and sell it.
The catch made headlines around the world. Forsberg used the incident to convince the Peruvian government to ban fishing giant manta rays. That's been her biggest success so far, but it's just a beginning.
If we want people to commit to protecting the species, we have to start at the roots. So we need to look for alternative solutions, like offering business opportunities that also help protect the manta rays. And we need to support educational efforts and raise awareness in the communities. A regulation alone won't be enough to protect them.
Forsberg and her NGO, Planeta Oceano, or Planet Ocean, are based in the Peruvian capital of Lima. Their projects to conserve marine and coastal environments have received numerous awards. The most lucrative so far was the 100,000 Swiss franc Rolex Award. The organization used the prize money for their manta ray project in Zorritos. It enabled them to fund the training of 10 fishermen from the surrounding area to provide marine passenger transportation. Earning this diploma is one step toward their goal of starting up a business for eco-tourists to view giant manta rays.
We want to create a sustainable business opportunity here. People will be able to come from all over the world to swim with the giant manta rays. A fisherman takes you out to the sea and tells you about his life and his experiences. That will be a unique experience.
One single excursion would earn the fishermen as much as they make in 2 weeks of fishing, the equivalent of about 150 euros. It's an appealing prospect, so they're happy to navigate their way through all the red tape.
The fishing business is not going so well. The training we're getting now will open up a better future for us fishermen.
Planeta Oceano is also cooperating with more than 50 schools. Forsberg has founded a network for marine education to encourage the teaching of ocean conservation. She conducts workshops for children and trains teachers. She wants learning to be fun.
You have manta rays and sharks. You take a long time to reproduce. If you're caught, you have to leave for 45 seconds.
Pretty soon, all the mantas and sharks have been caught. They have to wait on the sidelines until they've reproduced. Play makes it easy to understand.
They're slow to reproduce. The manta rays are at risk of extinction.
Don't kill them.
A living giant manta ray is more valuable than a dead one. So Kerstin Forsberg wants to make the children into ambassadors for marine conservation and promote sustainable conservation. The ocean giant, both imposing and in need of protection.